Okay, once again, myself, Professor KVH here to bring few words to your kind consideration. So today I'm here to discuss about the concept of 5EConstructive instructional model, that is called CIM, especially in promoting basic communication skill in language, that is especially in English language. So dear students, let me discuss about the concept of engage. In the very first phase of 5U model of constructivism, that is the engage. See what happens, simply an attempt is made to activate the prior knowledge of students by engaging them in a problem which have connection with their previous knowledge. Just I'm simply telling, it is just by engaging them in a problem which actually have connection with their previous knowledge. So in this phase, students are engaged by asking a question, defining a problem and showing a surprising event. So here a role of the teacher is that of facilitator, only just is a facilitator. So when he or she will create interest, generate curiosity, raise a question and encourage the students for response. So he also set the rules and the procedures for the activity, especially the students try to solve their problem by listening, reading books, searching other source of knowledge such as internet, interacting with each other and writing sometime. So in this way, involving themselves in these activities, they will develop their all basic communication skill which are required to communicate in English language, especially in English language. So what happens when we are discussing about the same concept? For example, write names of each article which you are seeing in your classroom. Expected response: blackboard, bench, table, computer, book, etc. So the next concept is called explore. In the second phase, that is the 5U model of the constructivism, that is called explore, an opportunity is given to the students to extend the knowledge of the first phase. That means first phase in the sense engaging. So students are provided enough time to think freely, generate their own ideas, plan, investigate and organize collected information and record observation and ideas. They work together in teams. Here the role of a teacher is that of facilitator. Just I once told that. Please don't. I would like to once again recall the same word called teacher is a facilitator. Will observe, listen to students as they interact, encourage to work together and ask probing questions to indirect the students. So in discussion when necessary. So as they work together in teams, some students will build a base of a common experience which assists them in the process of sharing and communicating in English. Example, so can you give synonym of any 5 articles which are available in your classroom? The same thing, just I'm giving expected response here is book, handbook, book, handbook, table, bench, blackboard, chalkboard, notebook. Just these are the example. So the next one is called the explain. The third phase is called explain. So in the third phase of the 5U model constructivism, this is the explain step. And the students are encouraged to explain their observation and finding in their own words. In the learning cycle, the teacher will also ask for justification and even a classification from students. In this phase, communication will occur between the peers, the facilitator, or within the learner himself or herself. So this phase is also called as student-centered because students are given opportunity to discuss, listen critically the explanations given by the teacher, and their peers raise a question about what they hear and add their own explanation so as to engage in active learning. Example, explain the uses of any 2 articles in your own words. Expected response: blackboard. So a blackboard is defined as a flat surface feature. So it can be a board made of wood, fiber, or sometime it made plastered or any the wall of a class. It has actually used as a teaching aid in the very important tool used by the teacher to facilitate the learning and improve the reading and other skills. So it is used to reinforce skill of facts and relieve anxiety, fears or boredom, because teaching aid is like a game. So teaching aid is like a game. So teaching aid is like a game. So it is also used for highlighting the very main heading of the passage. Maybe second one is called computer. It is an the instructional process, especially are the latest arrival in the field of education. So it makes teaching learning process very enjoyable by including audio-visual skills, all type of relevant knowledge and information regarding the teaching and learning of the topics of the school, especially school subjects, can be easily available through the service of the computer technology. So as this perfect tutor, so it can very well maintain and a perfect interaction with the individual students, mind it. And in this very tutorial, maybe their capacity, and it provides the instructions, ask some questions and answer for those questions, and assign the homeworks, check the homeworks and give the homework. So the next one is called elaborate. So in the fourth phase of a 5U model, especially constructivism, that is called elaborate. So it's an opportunity is given to the students to use their previous learned information as a vehicle to enhance deeper, broader understanding and even investigate new ideas. So they can practice, learn skills, refine them and even change their behavior. So the teacher encourages the learner to apply and even extend their understanding into new context. And in this phase, students will extend their knowledge by reading, writing and interaction with each other. Thus they will help or that develop all the basic skill of communication which are actually required in especially English through these activities. Some activities, example, students understand the term articles. Students can determine between blackboard and computer. So the next and the last one is called evaluate. So the final phase of the 5U model constructivism telling. So it is an evaluation or it is evaluate. So this phase allows the teachers to determine if the learner has attained understanding of concepts. Evaluation can occur at all points and along with the constructivism, especially for this continuum of the instructional process. So the teacher may evaluate the learner's achievement by asking open-ended question, observation structured by checklists and students interview. So students may evaluate their progress by interaction to each other in this phase, and even concrete evidence of the learning is most valuable in communication between students and teachers, parents and administrators. Example, write names and synonym of each article which are available in your classroom. Second one, what is the difference between the blackboard and computer? And the third one, what is portfolio? So define use for it. And the fourth one is called what are similarities between the overhead projector as well as the computer. That means OHP, overhead projector and computer. So the fifth one is called define any 5 articles with their uses. So this much the 5 types of 5 model of teaching, especially the phases I'm telling. Respectively, I am once again very thankful to the system that made us more proud, and even we are here to improvise the present education system so that the conventional approach lays more emphasis on teacher, especially repetitive practices, mechanical drills and memorization are the hallmark of the traditional method. So since English is the official language, I just want you to know that of this world, and it is most importance that this language has to be taught in a such way that it will help us not just to speak and write and listen, but to communicate with others. So hence a very innovative methods like this type of concept help in bringing a change, and most of the time for the better. So thank you very much once again. This is Professor KV Hirivediar.